So something I've always struggled with in my brain was how to cut a dovetail. And this is literally the first dovetail I've ever cut in my lifetime. And my kids bought me a Japanese saw for Father's Day this year, so I thought maybe I owed it to somebody to give this a try. And you know, for try number one, it's not too bad. But I think I'm going to give it one more try before the day is over here, and see what I can do. Okay, so here I've got just two regular pieces of pine. Nothing special about them. They're about a 1/2 inch thick and fairly straight-ish. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cut a couple of dovetails in here. So I've got my Japanese saw, got a chisel, got a wacky thing, and I got a pencil because I don't own a marking gauge, so I'll be looking for one of those pretty soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line these ends up. So I've got the end here. I'm going to line this up right here. Make sure that's flush. And I'm just going to, nice sharp pencil makes the difference. And I'll flip that over. And I'm going to do this on both sides, so I have a good reference line. And then I'm going to mark which side is up on both of these, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Make sure I've got a nice straight line. Flip that over. And mark that there. So now both of these pieces of wood are marked the same. So now I think I'm just going to mark kind of where I want my pins and my tails to go. So I'm going to do like I did before. I'm just going to do three pins, and I'm just going to kind of mark these on here. The way I saw this done, he didn't measure anything. He just kind of marked it out and cut them. So that's what I'm going to try to do. You want to keep your saw on the inside of your pencil lines. Okay, that way everything will fit nice and tight together. So I'm just going to pull that. Get started. Cut that down. Cut that down right to my line. Alright, we're just going to do all these cuts that way. I really like this saw. I've got some really nice kids. Okay. So there's those cuts. Now we're going to move back over to the bench. We're going to do some chisel work. Okay, so we've got this tied down to the bench, and you want to get a pretty sharp chisel. You're going to go right on your line. Okay. You're going to cut into that with your chisel. You don't go too deep the first couple of whacks here. And then when you cut this, you want to go ahead and back cut that with your chisel. That way the wood doesn't push into your mark where you want to go, so you have a nice crisp line. So we're almost there. There it goes. Alright, now I'm just going to go in there with my file or my chisel and remove the rest of that chunk. Leave that out of there. It's got a nice smooth transition. Okay. Now this is what we have. So those are the pins, and now we need to cut the tails. Alright, so we want these pins to go this way and the tails to fit in like that. So to do that, I'm going to set them up here like that. I'm going to come in here with my pencil. And I'm going to hold it with my hand because, yeah, that's why. Okay, so I've marked those there. I'm just going to continue that line. And I'm going to cut out this piece, and this piece. And to do that, I'm going to cut on this side of the line, on each one of these. So I'm going to leave that bit of the line right there. And then I'll square these across over at the bench. Alright, so got this in my little vise, makeshift vise over here. I'm going to just mark these lines across. And I'm going to be removing this part. So I want to keep my cut on this side of the line. Cut this little piece out. Cut this line. Alright, now we're going to go back over. We're going to cut that piece out with the chisel. Alright, so now we're going to go creep up on that line. We're just going to go right to it. A couple of whacks. And just kind of go into that nice and easy. Now I'm going to back cut that. Get rid of that little chunk. Then I can come in here, give it a couple more harder hits. go on the other side and do the same thing. That little piece out of there. I'm going to get that cut all the way through. I'm just going to go in here and clean up these little bits. Alright. Alright, now if I did this right, these two should fit right together, like just like that. Okay. Not quite perfect, but for being only my second dovetail ever cut, I don't think that's too bad. So I'll keep practicing. You can give it a try. Okay, and there you go. Not terrible for my second dovetail ever, but it's not perfect. We'll keep trying, and maybe you can give it a try too. Don't forget to please hit subscribe, like this video, maybe share it with your friends. Thanks for watching Bo Woodcraft.